Hi, everybody. This is Beth McCullough. I'm an independent demonstrator, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Iowa in the United
And you
States.
have been for a long time, sweetheart.
I forgot who I was or where I was. But I'm here every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central with my sweet husband, Steve.
Hi, everybody.
So you got your camera up higher.
I did.
Do you want to tell them why?
Well, because you were saying that you could see my chin excess down here, and that wasn't a good look for me.
But it's when your kids started telling you that you changed it.
Yeah. You know, nothing like one of your prodigy to explain your defect.
Yeah.
So
it's something.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you are all having a great week. When you get on, please say hi. Tell us.
Well, Shirley and Holly already have.
And what did they say? Hi from
hi.
Cedar Rapids.
Yes.
Hi, Bev. Bev is on tonight. Holly, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for saying hi. Tell us what you're up to this week. It's fun to hear. So we were going to go to Kansas City this week. There is a off-the-rack, reasonably priced, I'm going to find you a mother of the groom dress inexpensively. It'll fit you and look nice.
Perfectly.
Yes.
Poof.
They have
Automatic.
7,000 dresses. And my sister called tonight and said, we're having a massive snowstorm and you need to reschedule your appointment. So when I called to do that, I needed more assurance. Now, you're sure you have my size and you're sure you can make a dress that looks good on me?
Were they confident?
You know, she hasn't seen me, but she said they have my back. So hopefully that's the case. But I have two projects to show you tonight, not just one. And I want to go through some of the things before we get started. First of all, is there a graphic? If you're new to Stampin' Up! And don't have a demonstrator or you're not a demonstrator, I do send out free catalogs to those who would like to work with me. And the stamp camp. I haven't looked, but I don't think it's in. But the Crane of Fortune Suite Collection. If you purchase it from me, you get the card kit, the stamp camp. It's the end of April. Few of you have bought it already, and it'll be fun. So please consider that. It's a nice way for you to support us, and it doesn't cost you very much because everything is free after you buy the collection.
And you get tons of cards.
13. You'll make 13 cards. You'll get videos for 13 more cards and other ideas.
And hours of entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you going to be entertaining them, Steve?
I didn't know that I was.
Steve always does the videos for me on there, too.
You'd have to talk to Bev and see if it's in my contract.
Yeah. Bev tries to take things out of your contract, so I don't think we want to ask her tonight. But the Crane of Fortune Stamp Camp will be awesome. So please join me for that. You can email me at beth@stampingmom.com if you have any questions about that. Next, okay, the Ukraine bundle. You guys, this isn't for me, okay? Creativity abounds. We have demonstrators in the UK, Australia, Canada, and the US. And we put our heads together and said, what can we do? We feel terrible about what's going on in the Ukraine. What if everybody in the world did some little thing to help, maybe they'd get lots of help. So we all made a tutorial bundle, and we did sunflowers and blue and yellow. Here's the card that
you can't see it.
You can't see the card?
No, because I have the.
Okay.
Well, can you
put it back up again?
Yeah.
This is the card I made for the tutorial bundle. It's a fun fold card. And it's fun. You could recreate this in other colors if you don't like blue flowers. But there's 12 other cards, and we don't keep any of the money. It's only $15. You can go on my blog, and the tutorial's on there. The tutorial's all done. Last week I started talking about it. But our goal was to sell 200, and we are getting close. So I would appreciate it if you have the desire to look at the tutorial bundle.
You can donate $15 to an amazing cause, which is trying to help all the refugees.
The International American International Red Cross. Right. International Committee of the Red Cross.
And you get a tutorial where you can make all these awesome cards.
Yeah. So please consider that.
I'm going to do it.
You know,
I need a copy of the tutorial.
Our monthly tutorials, I've always sold a lot. This one, I didn't want to start selling it until we had the tutorial in hand, because I like it when you put in your credit card, boom, you download it and you don't have to remember it and you have it. So I didn't start selling as soon. So I haven't sold nearly as many as everyone else. But anyway,
Bev said she loves the card and she's doing it right after this is over.
Thank you, Bev. I appreciate it. And it does, I don't know. I was telling my son about it. There's not a lot we can do to help those people, but my heart breaks for them. And it's just nice to do something. So thank you. I appreciate it. And if you have questions on how to do that, let me know too, and I can help you. So that is the Ukraine tutorial bundle. Prize Patrol, there's Prize Patrol tonight.
Yes, there is, and I'm going to show you how to sign up right now. If you would like to be entered into Prize Patrol, type #Prize Patrol. I just did all lowercase. You don't have to do any uppercase.
It doesn't matter.
Into the comments.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not in the United States, you can't win, unfortunately. Sorry. And what else? What's the other rule?
Barb will probably tell you if you have a typo on Prize Patrol, because she's good about that. So, yeah, put in Prize Patrol.
And have we already given away Prize Patrol this month?
Yes. We had Winnie and Barb won Prize Patrol last week. So I also have, some of you know, I do Kylie's international contest every month for voting. And here is the card that I made for that. It's prettier in real life than it is in the picture. It's got 5 layers of the tulip dies. And I did hand blend all the different flowers. And then there's quite a few steps and layers on here.
I have to tell you, Beth and Jean worked for hours, literally hours on this card. And they were like exhausted. When they finally showed it to me, they were like, please say you like it and don't make us change anything.
We had 2 people working for 5 hours. It's a 10-hour card. And then my picture isn't very good. But if you like it, if you would go vote for me, do you have the link for that, Steve?
It's up.
You can also go to my blog on Monday. What was Monday? March 7th?
March 7th.
March 7th, and there's a link. Maybe I'll put the link on again later this week too. But you have till next Monday to vote. And that's something you can do for free, and I appreciate you. So tonight we're going to work with blending with stencils, and I am a beginner. So if you have high expectations, I don't know. But I just got these and just started working with them. And I'm going to get even better. So in the future, I'll also show you more advanced techniques. But these are the butterflies and flowers layering decorative masks. And they're $10 and you get 6 masks. It's hard for me to say that. And they're in the mini catalog. Look in the very back where you see the dies and everything. The masks are back there. Or it's 158142. So this is the card that I made the other day with it. I had never done anything with stenciling or masks. And I did sponge in the background because I got a little bit on my card. So then you make it artsy, right? Can you tell I did that on purpose?
Yeah.
Artsy. So I'm going to show you what I did to make this card and also show you a couple more ideas. And then this is the card that's going to be on my blog tomorrow for the Pals Blog Hop. If you don't usually look at the Pals Blog Hop, pretty awesome cards. It's cute critters tomorrow. And I did Hey Birthday Chick. And it's the double box fold card. So I'm going to make the template and show you how to make it. Because I have, this is an older card. But it's the same template. So stick around for that. We'll try to have less talking and more craft making tonight. Okay.
Was that intended for me?
No, it is not intended for you. Okay. The first thing is there is some crafting tape. I don't have it. I use the frog tape, and I was talking to Barb about it sticks too well. See, now sticks even better.
You need the old frog tape.
I need the old. I want the frog tape before it sticks better. So she said what you do is you stick it to your pants. So before we got on.
I wondered what you were doing. I thought, they can't see the lint on your pants.
She's losing it. He thought I was, so I'm going like this, sticking the tape all over my pants so it's not as sticky. And he thought I was trying to get the lint off my pants.
Yeah, and the camera can't see your pants.
Yeah.
So, but hey, if it makes you feel better, I wasn't going to stop you.
Okay, so I told you there's 6 of these. What are people saying, Steve?
Bridget said she voted for your card already.
Thank you, Bridget. Bridget also let me know. Super helpful, Bridget. The link wasn't working correctly on Monday when the blog post went out. So I appreciate that. Anytime something's messed up, just tell me, because I can usually fix it, but stuff happens. So on this card, I like to blend with 2 similar colors. On this card, I used Melon Mambo and I used Polished Pink. And I tend to do the background in the lighter color and then the detail in the darker color. But this one is just going to be a sample. We'll see what happens. Another thing I think I've told you before, and maybe you do this, I have 2 sets of the brushes. So I have 6 of these. And I use the same brush and I don't wash them. Green, purple, pink, yellow, orange. I use the same thing. Okay. Except now I'm going to use the pink. So here's the purple brush. And I'm going to put it in Highland Heather. And then I like to have a scrap off to the side to dab it because I don't like that dark part showing. And I tend to hold on to the blending brushes closer to the brush tip. But my idea with this one is, here, let me scoot this forward so you can see it. My idea with this one is just to make a blob. That's the technical term, Steve.
A blob?
A blob in the center of my cardstock. Another tip I have for you, some people use cheaper white cardstock for like inside their cards and things they don't think matter as much. For blending and for stenciling, use basic white Stampin' Up! Cardstock. You don't want to go with cheapy white cardstock when you do this.
So Kathy is on for the very first time.
Kathy, welcome. Where are you from?
Well, that's what I'm going to ask, if she'll put that in the comments, because we always love to find out where people are.
Okay, so we'll take a peek at this and see how it turned out. Is anybody else new tonight? Actually, Steve, can you tell them, what if they don't know how to have their comments show up on StreamYard?
Well, if you make your comments on YouTube, other people on YouTube are going to be able to see them. And same is true if you're on Facebook. Now, yes, I remember that you told, oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't that pretty? Okay, I didn't try this ahead of time. I love it when a plan comes together. And I do love the daisy punches. And I just stamped one of the large white daisies and put a yellow center on there.
I am going to reach out to our folks watching on YouTube to ask what it was you had to do so that you could see the comments on YouTube. There's something that you have to do, and I can't remember what it is.
Wouldn't this be cute? Look at this, Steve. Or maybe I needed it to be a yellow daisy, but with a sentiment down here. Do you guys like that?
I think that would be gorgeous, but I agree that the flower needs to be something besides white.
Okay. So we could have done a yellow flower, but you get the idea, right? And look how easy that was. You wouldn't have had to put tape on it. When I made this card, I had no tape. I didn't know where it was, and I just held the stencil on there. So it is possible. Another thing to know with these is you do have to wipe them off. I wipe them off with a baby wipe, and then I have a Norwex towel. It doesn't have to be that, but I dry it off with that. So let's try another thing. But I'm happy with that, with a sentiment and yellow. Do you guys like that?
Bev is helping me out. She said if you want to see the comments on YouTube, you've got to be signed in on YouTube in order to be able to see the comments.
Okay.
Rather than just watching the video without signing in.
Okay. So that's good to know. But also on StreamYard asks if they can use your name in your picture. And all that does is it shows us. So Steve and I can see your comments. Actually, I can't see your comments unless I come over here. But
yeah, and I selectively throw some out, like Elaine, who just voted for your card. I actually displayed that on the screen for everybody else.
You knew how to do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna get even trickier now.
At the rate we're learning things by like 2,200, we're gonna have this down pat, aren't we?
Right. Might take that long.
Okay. So now let me show you briefly how I did this one. I had my basic white cardstock. Do you like the dotted stems? I like using the stamp sets for something original. I hadn't seen anyone do that. And the Art in Bloom set has this row of dots. So when I see that, I think flower stem. So I put the Art in Bloom stamp. And then I am an accountant by trade, so I had to count. My center stem has 8 dots and the sides have 6. Steve is laughing at me.
Oh, well, it's good to be a perfectionist.
So when I did it, let me see. I have more. The way I did it is I just inked up the stem and I counted down 8 and put my finger there. Not that it has to be that, but, and I think I counted 2, 4, 6, 8. Here it is. And then I did 6 and 6 on the sides. And is it easier for me to do it in the center first and then to do it on the sides? I eyeballed it. Isn't that how you would find the center, honey?
Well, that's how the legs on your little dresser thing here got one too long too. The eyeballing thing. I'm not good at that.
So maybe I'm better at eyeballing than you are?
Yeah, well, if you notice, I do wear glasses, so.
Okay, so then the leaves, use any leaf you have. I happen to really like this little leaf from the Artistically Inked, and I have it, so that's what I used. But use whatever you want. And then I just stamped these on here. And I will tell you, I practiced doing the stencils ahead of time. And it was the 3rd or the 4th, the day I made this card. The 3rd or the 4th one was where I ended up actually liking it. And the trouble I was having is I wasn't cleaning off the mask well enough. So if you don't clean off the mask, it's going to get on your project. So now to the stenciling. For the stenciling, like I said, I'm going to do purple this time. Last time I did pink. So I'm doing Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather. And I started with the background stamp. And I just placed it. I'm going to do it without the tape to show you what's possible. Hopefully I've cleaned off the stencil well enough. So I just go in with my blending brush into the Highland Heather. And then sponge away. So what Steve was talking about earlier was we're putting some drawers in. Do you ever lose things in your craft room, or is it just me?
No, that doesn't happen.
That doesn't happen?
No.
And, okay, so that's how easy it is to put a layer under here. Look at that. Isn't that fun? So now the part where you have to be careful is you have to grab a baby wipe and wipe it off. Or when I put it down again, I'm going to get ink on there. So that's really the only, and then be careful you don't bend, be gentle. You can't, this wouldn't be a job for Steve.
Mary Ellen has us displayed on her TV.
Right on your now. TV. Oh, that's
Which
funny.
Means we're even bigger.
Oh, that's...
I should have shaved closer today, I think.
Marianne, you're scaring me. Okay.
Mary Ellen.
Mary Ellen. I thought you said Mary Ann. Oh, I know Mary Ellen. Thank you, Mary Ellen. You're sweet. Okay, so I wiped off the back of the stencil. And then I'm just going to tilt this one. I want it centered on the stem, but I want it away from the other one. You know, maybe I won't do all three. I don't want to make you guys watch this. I don't want you to be bored. Although Steve could tell you stories, right?
I absolutely could. See, she doesn't know that so she has this drawer set that it's just, you slide it in and out and it's just a metal frame. And she decided she wanted that underneath where she stamps right now, you know, in the, what do you call that? The cutout.
I have a cutout so I could put a chair here and put my feet there. But a couple years after we got this set up, I can't stamp and talk at the same time. A couple years after we got it set up, I thought I need these drawers because I need projects that are midway.
So this on a metal frame,
and it costs
it's got
too much.
Legs, and it was on casters. And she said this would be perfect, but it's too tall and it won't fit in there. You've got to do something to cut those casters off. So
Steve likes being the hero.
I plotted it out for a couple of days to figure out exactly how I would do this without hacksawing it, because my hacksawing always goes horribly wrong and it's at an angle.
Can I take a turn?
Sure.
And then we'll keep going. I'm going to stop with this one so that you don't have to watch it all. Here's on the butterflies. This is the detail to the flower. So all of these dies, all of these stencils, there's a background and a detail. So here's the background. Here's the detail. So I'm just going to put this right over the top and then go in with the darker ink. Okay, that's all I wanted to say.
So
go ahead, honey.
She didn't get to see exactly this process because I had my Dremel tool out with its cutting blade.
Are you bleeding?
No, but there were sparks flying everywhere. It was so cool. I took it all the way out on the driveway, right, so that I wasn't going to
The neighbors are like, crazy Steve.
Yeah, I didn't want to throw all the sparks onto your car. I didn't think you'd like that. So I went ahead and went all the way out on the driveway with the long extension cord and went at it. And, you know, it was just at dusk, so it was starting to get dark. And it was like a fireworks show. It was so cool.
So you were like excited to do this.
Yeah. And so you probably noticed that I didn't hesitate to grab it when it wasn't quite short enough. And I took it back out and I got the cut on it.
Yeah, you didn't seem unhappy to go do it somewhere.
I got to go cut some more. Make more sparks.
I had no idea.
It was kind of like sparklers, you know, where they're flying all over.
Okay, so did you see what I did here since I didn't tape it down? If you're taping it, you could tape off the antennas of the butterfly. You don't want to accidentally blender brush your ink into one of the other stencils. So, well, gosh, I'm glad you got to have fun, honey. I could think of another project for you for tomorrow.
Does it involve cutting things that are metal so I can, you know?
Yeah. So what do you think? Okay, here's what I did do wrong. See how this little bit got up here?
Now you're going to have to do the, you know.
Yeah.
Thingy.
So what I did on the pink, something like that happened. Make sure it's not too dark. And then I'm going to sponge all over the background again, like I did last time. Cover up my mistake.
She's MacGyvering. I love it.
Yeah. So anyway, and then I would just put the other flowers on. This, I'm Thinking of You, is from Art Gallery. I didn't get that one out tonight. But Art Gallery has these great sentiments and great die cuts. So I popped that up on Stampin', probably mini Stampin' Dimensionals. And it's an easy card, but it was fun. I mean, we stamp and do things all the same. And it was just fun to play with these dies. And I will show you one more thing with the dies. And this does have splatters and boo-boos on it, but it was my first time with the butterfly. I did the same thing, the background, and you can have butterflies going every which way. But I'm really going to like these, and I'll get better at it over time. So I hope you'll try it.
Chrissy said, while you were sponging, why do you tap on the scrap paper first?
Okay, because when I'm doing Gorgeous Grape, if I went straight to there, it makes a dark thing.
A blotch.
A blotch. And I just want it to be smooth. Like, I don't want this to show up on my flower. See how it's darker in the center? So I go off on the scrap paper first, and then all the blending I do is more even. So that's my reason for that. Are there any other questions?
Yes. How was your ski injury?
I had my MRI this afternoon. And it's funny, after I got injured, one of my dear friends in my Bible study fellowship group said she would pray for me that it would heal. Well, ACL tears, I don't know that they heal. So I'm like, Ramona, I think that's impossible. Well, every day it's gotten better and better and better. And then I thought, oh my goodness, maybe it really is healing. I don't know. But I had the MRI today, and I had to lay still for 45 minutes. And I told Steve tonight, it really hurts tonight, because I was trying, they told me don't move. And I'm like, okay, 45 minutes, I'm not going to move. So I spent a lot of time breathing and praying and remembering every scripture verse I know. And
isn't it amazing how hard it is not to move after they tell you don't move?
Yeah, otherwise maybe
then you think about it and it's like, but I have to move.
Well, I was thinking if they didn't tell me not to move, I could have taken a nap, except it's banging and you've had MRIs.
My worst one was when I have a herniated disc in my neck, and for that one, they have to put your head in there, and they have to put a little prop underneath you, and then they say you cannot swallow.
Oh, you couldn't swallow?
I know. And I said, well, you don't understand. I have this postnasal drip thing, and I don't know if this is going to work. She goes, okay, I'll make a deal for you. I will tell you when I'm not using the machine. And these last between 30 seconds and 45 seconds. The longest one's a minute. So you'll only have to go a minute at the most at a time without swallowing. Do you know how hard it is not to swallow for a minute when they tell you you cannot swallow? Makes me wonder just how often I swallow on a normal day when I'm not being told not to do it. So,
oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the double box card. And Steve, this is going on my blog tomorrow.
Okay.
So can we cut the video or start it right here? I'm going to pretend like I'm starting. Hi, everybody. This is Beth at stampingmom.com, and I'm going to make this double box card today. Here's two different versions. The fun thing about this, here's one that's squared off, and this second piece is all the way over to the left. There's designer series paper on both pieces.
That's pretty cool. It's like a
and then the sentiment. Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
This one, there's no DSP on the back layer. It's corner rounded. And then the sentiment and decoration is up here. This is Hey Birthday Check.
It's like the podium for the medal ceremony. Look, see right here, you got bronze, gold, and silver.
Oh, here we go. Except isn't silver usually a little higher than bronze?
Probably. But now we have the next Olympics. We know what we can do for a card.
We could. Yeah, for the last Olympics, I made Simone Biles a card, her being a goat on a balance beam. And that didn't work out so well for her. Her career, things.
Maybe she got the card and she felt all that pressure. And then,
No, I tried to give her encouragement, not pressure. I love her. She's the greatest. She still is the GOAT. And I love her. But it makes me not want to give anyone a card. Like it has anything to do with me.
Kiss of death.
So this is all cardstock. And then I use the blends. I use Daffodil, Bermuda Bay, Magenta. That's the blends I used. But I have a template, but I'm going to show you how to make the template. And then isn't that fun? You could make this card every which way. Okay. I actually have screens for this too, Steve.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Let me bring my trimmer over here. Will you guys stick around for a second card? I hope. Okay. So the template, you're starting with cardstock. It's 4 1/4 by 8 1/2. And I cut that already. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to score it. And you put the long side at the top and stick this left edge all the way down to 4 1/2. I'm going to use the lighter scoring blade and put the cutting blade out of the way. And I'm going to score at 4 1/2. Did you find the slide for that?
I did.
4 1/2, 5 1/2, 7, and 8. And this card is super simple, but I think your recipient would think it's cool. Okay. that is all you need for the large piece. Now, if you want to put the DSP on there, is that what I have next on there, Steve?
Yep, optional DSP
The
layer.
optional DSP layer is this piece right here. And it's, here you can see it. It's from right here. I didn't put it on the gorgeous grape one, but that layer is what, Steve?
It is 3 by 4.
Okay,
exactly.
So it's 4 inches across and 3 inches down. You're going to want to put that layer on before you put the box together if you use that. Okay. Next, do I have the piece that's 2.5 by 4 1/4?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the little piece that we're making now. And I cut that out already. And then we're going to put the long side at the top again. And it'd be great if you want to make a template along with me. We're going to score it at 2 3/4 and 3 3/4. And that is it for the cutting and scoring. Have you guys made this box before?
So you have a DSP layer to go with that as
yep,
well?
Yep. And the DSP layer for the small one, and on this, it's a cardstock layer, not a DSP. But that is 2 1/4 by 2.5. And it'll be obvious when you put it on there that the 2 1/4 is across and the 2.5 is down. And it's the same on either box. So then I'm going to go ahead and use my bone folder. And I'm going to use some tear and tape because I like my boxes to stay together well. Okay. And you can see I wrote on the back side of my template, adhesive here and adhesive here.
So the first time I heard you say tear and tape, I thought it was like slang for tearing. And I wanted to appreciate why tape would tear.
Well, I'll show you. Back in the day when I started with Stampin' Up, this is my last roll. It's like vintage. Red tape, we would put the tape on just like I did, and I'd have to use paper snips and cut it off. But with this, it's tape, and you just tear it off. With the red tape, I had to cut it off.
So it really is tearing.
It's tearing, yeah,
okay.
It is. Okay, so I have the tear and tape down there. Does anybody have questions? Did you find someone else to highlight, Steve?
Well, you know what? I've been so busy doing banners that I haven't been watching the comments.
Uh-oh. We need a third person on here. So I have tape right here. Sometimes on my tutorials, I use red tape just so you can see it in the picture. I have tape there and tape here. Now I'm going to set that aside and go back to the big one. And I'm going to use my bone folder on this. I'm actually not going to decorate this box to save time since we have 2 decorated boxes right here. And here's the little daisies. I'm going to be in mourning, but I think the daisies are going to retire. I have
love the daisies.
I know I have no inside knowledge, but can you? That probably wouldn't stay, would it? I have a display in my office that's all bright colored. It's Coastal Cabana, Melon Mambo, and Mango Melody, and it's all daisies, and it's cute. Makes me happy every time I walk in here.
So hello to Paula Newland. Glad that you could join us, Paula.
Hi, Paula. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold this piece up, and it says adhesive right here. So that is where the adhesive, the tear and tape is going to go.
Oh, Bridget finally explained it to me. It's not tearing as in I'm a tearing that tape. It's tear and tape. Now I get it.
Okay. Now this part is easy. Well, first of all, now that you have it here, put the cardstock or the DSP on if you're going to put it on. Okay. So on this piece, you would put the 3 by 4 right up here at the top. And then on this piece, the tape is here folding over. So the DSP goes on this side. Okay. Should I write that on there? Just pretend. We'll pretend it's there. So the DSP goes on first. Now we're going to put the box together. So I am going to lift up the tear N, like an N, tear N tape. I think is what it
I'm
is.
glad we've straightened this out. And you have lots of other Daisy fans commenting.
You guys like daisies too? I hope we've sold enough daisy punches that they stick around for another year because they're a favorite of mine. Okay, so I have the adhesive just folded over this little 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to skip the next fold line and go to the next fold line and just fold it flat. So there's just one score line here that I skipped. Can you see that in the camera? Maybe
kind of, not very well because it's white. Okay. But now you
and then when you lift it up, so it's like this, and you lift it up, and it's perfect, a perfect rectangle for this right here. So isn't that easy?
Yeah, you could put a Milky Way bar in there.
You could, but right now it's going to fold flat for mailing. Now we have our other piece, and we've decorated it, put the DSP on there, and I'm going to take the tape off of here.
So I haven't had dinner yet, and I also gave up chocolate for Lent. So
you want a Milky Way,
I'm
hon?
thinking about Milky Way bars. I am. It just came to me.
Okay, so for this little piece, I'm going to fold the adhesive underneath, and I'm going to make this flat. And now here's the part where on the Hey Birthday Chick box, I have it centered. On the Daisy box, I have it off to the left. So put it wherever you want to put it. I think I'll center it on this one. I'm just going to take the bottom of this cardstock and line it up right here. Look at it left to right and eyeball it and make sure it's close to centered. I have that tape removed, and it just goes flat. Is this going to be right? Now I'm worried.
I think you need to follow your rules and see what happens.
You know something? I'm going to fold it down one more. I'm going to fold it down this way. Is that right? That's not right either. I should have done this.
Do what you're going to do and see if it works.
It's not going to work.
We can MacGyver it. I love MacGyver.
Okay. I'm going to put the bottom on. I should have done this part. I made this card a while ago. I have memory issues. Does anyone else out there have memory issues?
Well, we all do.
Okay. Put advice in the comments if you know where I'm going to put this. Okay.
It seems to me you should be putting that at the first score line.
Good thing it's a template, huh? That's what I was doing it right on the wrong score line. Okay. So where it needs to go is right here.
So you go ahead.
Instead of having it folded up, fold it back. So do you learn more when I mess up, or do you just get frustrated with me?
I think that it makes you like everybody else.
Human.
Which is a good thing.
Okay. So I'm going to put that on the center, and then it is the way I first said. Okay. Folded that. So we have it folded flat. And then when we lift it up, look, there it is.
Perfect. You got
Yay.
it.
So what I was doing wrong, you guys, is I had this flipped up. I was trying to tape the bottom here. Down. I was supposed to flip it down.
So just remember, make it as big as possible before you do this stuff.
Yes. And then it folds up like this. So here you see the purple one. And then here's the daisy. So it's fun. I love making these. And I should have made the whole thing before I started. But anyway, so this will be on my blog tomorrow on the Pals Blog Hop. You should check it out. There'll be lots of great cards. This is the voting card that was on Monday, and I hope you'll vote for me.
So what are we doing with the two cards that are these two cards are going where?
These two cards.
Yes.
This is going on my blog. This is an old card from before.
Okay. Well, they're
beautiful. This is retired designer series paper.
And I'm glad that you showed the daisies because it gave lots of comments.
Okay. So let's do Prize Patrol. Thanks for sticking around, everyone.
Okay, then. What are we giving away?
We are giving away, do you guys like this card? We'll give away this card and we'll give away your choice of a tutorial bundle.
Okay.
So we have the card and the tutorial bundle. Do you have people signed up?
Yep, lots of people signed up. If you haven't signed up yet, in the comments, type #PricePatrol.
Winnie and Barb, you can only win once a month. So Winnie and Barb, you guys are out. Sorry.
But we draw if they win.
Okay.
You ready?
How many people are in the drawing?
Right now, oh, darn it. Hold on, let's see. We have
17. So you have a pretty good chance.
Okay, here we go. You ready?
Tony, what do you want to try? Are you going to make the double box card or are you going to do the stenciling? Becky White.
Becky.
Congratulations. If you could email me, beth@stampingmom.com, and give me your name. I have your name. Give me your snail mail address, and I will send you this card. Thank you so much for watching, Becky. I appreciate it.
I have to tell you that she comes into my office while I'm working, and she shows me cards she's made. And when I saw that one, I was like, ooh, that's really pretty.
Yeah, well, and he did add his Steve touch. At first, a lot of people do the black cardstock with the white. So I did that first, and then I was like, what do you like better, black or Melon Mambo?
Absolutely.
And he picked the Melon Mambo.
There we go. All right, so now we're drawing for a tutorial.
We are doing the tutorial bundle.
Here we go.
The only one I guess I could pay the money for it, but the Ukrainian one I can't give away.
I would pay the money for it.
Steve will pay the money if you want the Ukrainian one.
And that is actually Bridget.
Bridget, we have your husband on there. So Bridget, you know how to email me. Let me know what tutorial bundle you want. And thank you to those who are willing to buy the Ukrainian tutorial bundle, that the proceeds go to them. I hope you have a blessed week. Let me know any questions you have. And please come back, share this video, tell your friends. We'd love to have more friends with us on Tuesday night.
Yep.
And have a blessed week.
Bye,
Thanks so much, everybody. Bye-bye.